What is going on? Welcome to CloudStationTV. We got most of the people here. There's one missing apparently.
Actually, he's in study session. He did remind us. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. So
that's right.
There's 3 out of 4. Fourth one might not make it. I'm not sure. Did he say he was coming later or?
Says I'm in study season.
Okay, well, he's busy, so no problem. JD, keep studying. You're gonna nail those exams. So, welcome to CloudStationTV once more. So we're here to cover the PlayStation news, chat about it, and also the cloud gaming news. So we got some fine folks over here. We got Vet Cloud Gaming and Ray Sherrod and myself, Sebastian, aka DrSpaceman. So let's go around, see what's going on. So Vet, I'm gonna start with you. What's up with you, man?
Not much. Just been playing some Gfin. I did some Stadia today. I was trying to do Orcs Must Die 3 on Gfin, which was a failed attempt because unfortunately at the time that I went live, the Steam servers went down. Like 92 or 3% of the servers were down. So I was just like, of course, that's just my luck. So I was like, I was able to get into a couple of other games to try out, and then I was like, and I ended up trying Crimson Skies on Xbox Cloud Gaming, the original Xbox game, and I was nice. They just added that. I am not that. That's fun, but I'm terrible at it because I'm trying to figure the controls. Old school controls from 2003 do not work that well on a Stadia controller when I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then I shifted over. I did another show did some Watch Dogs 2 on Stadia for a bit because I hadn't played that in a while.
Nice. That's cool. What about you, Ray?
I've been playing this event on Rainbow Six Siege. It's called The Containment. So they've taken the upcoming Ubisoft game Extraction and they fused it with Rainbow Siege. So it's almost like the operators versus the aliens. So you can either be the aliens or the operators. Plus they got the extraction skins, the guns. The game is amazing. I've been playing the Ascent on the Game Pass, which is an amazing game. And then I tried out the Hunters Arena, the Legends, and really cool game. Enjoying that game as well.
Nice.
So
that's cool. As for myself, my mom came over on the weekend. Haven't seen her in over a year and a half. So it kind of kept me busy, but also during the weekend, it was the technical demo for Halo Infinite, which I was invited to. And lucky. I did manage to slide in a few rounds here and there. And to be fair, it's a lot of fun. I played it on PC. It was on Steam that they provided a code for the weekend. And the way they did it, it's like every day they would add on levels and upgrade the difficulty. There were 3 difficulties, which started at trying to remember. The second one is ODST. The third one is Spartan. The first one it's not Cadet, but it's like the lower level for the Halo Spartans. And already the lower level was pretty hard, and the ODST was a big challenge. Did not get around to try the Spartan one, but I heard it's very difficult. Like they kick your ass. They work as a team. So those are bots that you were fighting against in the game. But they got a pretty good game on their hand. Like I know there was like stuff that went around on the internet about fruits not exploding right. Like, come on, it's a game about the gameplay. It's a multiplayer game. There's going to be verses in the game. There's going to be a lot of content. And from what I tried, it was excellent. So that's pretty much that. And also I started Facebook live streaming yesterday after much insistence of Rodella, who's in the chat right now. And Vet actually came and gave me a hand to set up my page just earlier. But yeah, I just started Facebook streaming it yesterday. Really pleased by how well it works and the visibility Facebook has. So I might actually switch from Twitch to Facebook from now on because it works really well. I played some Assassin's Creed Valhalla yesterday there.
Nice.
So I actually didn't put the link in the description, but I can put it later in the chat. But yeah, Facebook live streaming from now on, it looks like. So I'll give it more of a try, see where it goes, but it seems successful as of now. So now let's go and look at the chat. So we got our own people, and we got Mr. Paul Barron. What's up,
Oh,
peeps? Good to see you, Paul. And going down the chat. Here they are. Yeah, good luck, JD, for your exam, by the way. And I can understand you're not able to join us tonight, but I know you're here in your heart, so keep studying. And we got Nimbus Cloud Gaming, Alex. What's going on, man?
Alex.
And Rodella, because who would heckle us if he wasn't there? It's good to see you, Rodella. Always glad to see you, man. And we got the Gaming Ryzak. What's up?
Lord.
Hello, CloudStationTV.
How did he scan? I didn't even see him. Where's he at?
By the way, tomorrow, 5 p.m.
see
Eastern time on his channel, there was the Game Over game show. The final, which features Stadia content creators, and one of them is Clive Illenden, and the other one is myself. So that's the final for the game show.
I got Dr. Space to win. I got Dr. Spaceman to win.
Y'all would have been so mad if I had beaten Dr. Spaceman last time.
Oh, that would have been.
I probably would never ever watch Ryzak Game Over ever again. Hey Meg, how you doing, Meg?
We got Megatron X in the chat. What's up, Meg? Good to see you. So really glad to see you, Meg. Yeah, Spartan difficulty was insane. They teabag you, lol.
Oh man, be on in 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
JD's gonna be on in 20 minutes.
When fruit doesn't explode correctly, it ruins my immersion. That's why Meg is a fan of Fruit Ninja. What's the game again?
I remember that game. I love that game.
Did you ever play it on the Xbox, the Kinect?
I sure did, man. I had me and my son, and my son used to like push me out of the way.
Told you, Spaceman. Facebook gaming is the truth. Yeah, thanks, man. It's really eye opener. Really good place for streaming.
I preached it for a while, but I did see that Meg said she liked my background. I don't know if it's a joke, but I did notice that the X from the PlayStation it looks more like horns.
Yep.
I think I need to shift over to the red so I have a halo because that fits me better.
You know what? I think you're better off with the square. You should move over in front of from the square.
Hold on, I don't even know how to do. No, I'd have to move the.
You guys really just let anyone in here, eh?
Eddie, what's up?
Eddie, what up, Eddie?
Just going down into chat. I know Small World, right? It shouldn't be Rainbow Six training right now. And Eddie, Player One, what is going on? Good to see you, man. So.
It's not a joke.
Awesome people in here.
Very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
The devil horns or the background?
You should know what? You should do the triangle because it's like a dunce cap.
Remember to stay hydrated.
Every once in a while, I do come out with some smart comments. So.
No, you are a very intelligent person.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Lots of wisdom.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, but see, that actually works. Ray had it spot on because now you can see the P for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hear the panel impression of Rainbow Six Extraction mode. I've got nothing to say because I haven't had the time to try.
I got nothing either.
Freaking I played it. I played it a lot. It's fun. It's fun, but I'm gonna tell you, it is kind of hard because those alien. If you guys played PUBG when you're playing zombie mode, that's pretty much what you getting. The zombies, man, they got a milli, and they got a knife, and they can swipe you. You can put some bob wires down, and you're protecting egg sacs in the building. And the operators got to come in there and destroy the egg sacs. And so it's like what, 5 operators against 5 of the aliens, the extraction aliens. And when you're playing the extraction aliens, you can you hear them talking in their alien voices, and there's all that black slime or whatever all throughout the building. It's really, really cool. And they hooked up the operators with some really cool skins and uniforms, and even the extraction aliens are actually operators that have been turned into the extraction aliens. It's cool. I'm having a good time. The aliens do sound cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm waiting for Watchdog Legion's zombie mode. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's gonna be
I want to
awesome.
be, because that's 4-player multi. 4 people can team up. Friends can team up to play that, and just get in a car and drive through zombies. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ubisoft, tomorrow is the closed beta for X Defiant. Who's excited?
Yes.
Who's in? Pretty much
right here.
Everyone is in. Well, everyone in Canada and United States that signed up for
That's
PC
it.
is in.
I think the only one that's not going to play it is going to be Jeff, because I offered a code for Jeff, and he's like, I just don't have time. I was just like, part of me was like, it's probably just because you're old, you can't keep up with us young content creators.
Dude, I'm excited. When is that? Does that like launch at what time? Because
I think it's like 2 p.m. Pacific, or even maybe before that.
Okay.
They always got to use Pacific time.
About it.
Can't they use Central?
They just posted about it. We
already know who needs a healer. The one that's going to be just guns blazing and not pay attention to anything.
I can't wait to use those guns, man. Like the realistic of the guns. 11
a.m. PT, 2 p.m. Eastern time.
I gotta wait till 1 o'clock.
See, this what sucks though, because my wife took the week off, and she's like, I want to go walk around the park. I want to walk around the lake.
Just tell her sorry that we're in a hot spot.
Let's work on the yard, And I'm like,
my mom showed up on the weekend of the Halo Infinite beta.
Right, you have an excuse for getting out of yard work anyways. You got bad knees.
That's what, dude. What do you think I did?
Use it.
But
you can't go for a walk. You got bad knees.
She made me walk. She did make me walk yesterday. We did walk yesterday. Maybe that's why my knee is killing me right now.
There you go.
But she was like,
"Hey, that's what's going to happen now.
We should get all my sons. We gather up all his toys, and she wants to go donate it and stuff. And I'm like, when you want to do that? Oh, let's do that tomorrow. And I said, I can't.
Terrible.
I can't. She says, why? There's something on TV I gotta watch. It's really important. I've been waiting to watch it for a while. Oh, yeah, for like months. Which is not a lie. It's kind of true.
It'll be on the TV.
Then she's gonna turn around and say, well, let me watch it with you.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
That's what's coming next.
I also got Back
shooting
for Blood.
Each other.
Back for Blood beta is also.
Oh,
why do they do that? Because I got a code for that as well. They put them at the same weekend. Excuse me, but between the two,
I think they launched the same day, though. I think it's launched. They're both August 5th.
Yes,
they're both tomorrow.
I got my email, and I'm like, oh, it's like two girls, man. It's like, which one should I, But I'm a huge, oh man, that's gonna be tough. But I'm a huge Ubisoft guy, so I'll probably start off with Ubisoft and then hop on Back for Blood. So
I'm really excited because it's like it's Mark Rubin from the good Call of Duty games that's making that. It should be a great game. I'm really looking
Back for
forward
Blood.
to that.
And it's got the characters from Left 4 Dead. That was what I was sold on, because it's literally everybody'd been clamoring, we want Left 4 Dead 3. Well, that's what Back for Blood is.
It's on the 12th. Let me see, because I got an email.
No, it's this weekend. I've got a code for this weekend.
Okay. I mean, if you're a gamer, guys, it's a good time. There's a lot going on right now. Plus, they got this really awesome game called Grime that I played, and it's pretty cool. It reminds me.
I haven't tried it yet. I'm still gonna try it.
Yes, Grime is really, really cool. It's like a 3D kind of Metroid. Actually, the new Metroid that's coming out almost looks like it. Early access is this week.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Rodella said what it was.
Beta for everyone is next weekend. Okay, I got a code, so it's for the early access. Private beta. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm not even sure, like, I didn't go through the whole NDA for X-Defiant, so I don't want to share any screens that I'm not supposed to share, even though pretty much everyone in North America has access to it. But
well, everyone.
I'll go ahead and explain
look at Twitter. All you got to do is look at Twitter. Everyone and everyone who got an email,
I didn't have much
an invite,
time to
I think, posted it.
But I don't think I've seen anyone posted. But there are challenges exclusive for this weekend if you get enough levels, if you get enough kills, that it unlocks you special skins for your guns.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not saying that. I don't want no feds knocking on my door.
As far as I'll say. So there's challenges that are only for this weekend. So that's why it's so like, okay, there's other stuff going on, but this one's like, it's a once in a lifetime event that you get this beta. So yeah. But I'm not going to show it on screen because that might be infringing the NDA and all that. So, and I don't want to do that because I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of the PlayStation's live streams earlier? I know they were live at least once or twice today on YouTube, on their YouTube, and I think on their Twitch channel. They were tournaments that they've been doing lately.
On X-Defiant or PlayStation for other games?
No, just PlayStation's official YouTube channel. They've been live streaming a lot of these tournaments and stuff for.
It's been happening for a few weeks, if not months.
Yeah. I looked at a couple.
Well, it's nice to see that. Yeah, they were like Soul Calibur 6. They were doing their monthly finals, and that actually might be the only one. I swear I saw another one that they did. Oh yeah, no, I guess it was an open series for that one. And then they've just been uploading videos and stuff. So they're still. It's kind of nice to see that they're still active with things. And then, of course, you got all the PlayStation news galore that pops up daily.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Oh.
And speaking of PlayStation news, we can start ahead with one big news for PlayStation Now. It's getting Undertale, which is very popular, Ghost Runner, and Nier Automata for this month.
I'm actually gonna try that out tonight.
Nier?
Yeah. Ghost Runner. Good luck with that, guys. That's too hard for me.
I think I watched you play that once, if I remember. And
that's a hardcore game.
I
think that's one of the ones I found the first times I saw you rage quit.
Wall climbing on top of skyscrapers.
That's what it was.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Can't do it.
Yep. What was the game again? Mirror's Edge? It's pretty similar to Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, nice.
Freaking
it's like Cyberpunk Mirror's Edge.
Yep.
So Undertale, I know I've never tried it, but I've constantly seen like stellar reviews of that game. It's very indie, very classic style. It's got its own personality. Ghost Runner is challenging, but I'm liking it. Nice. I do want to give it a try.
I found something on PlayStation Now when I was searching. I didn't even know the game exists, but there's like a battle royal with animals. Tokyo, what is it? Tokyo Animal or Animal Tokyo or something. But man, I'm always, when I go look in PlayStation Now, holy crap, I find something new that I've never played. But yeah.
Well, I mean, look at what I pulled up. I asked the question to you guys because I came across a game or a couple of games that I didn't even realize were in there at the time. All right, there we go.
Just
I
wanna
dropped
check-
some links in there you can pick through if you want. If we don't already have them set to showcase or to discuss.
Jesus
I want to
Christ.
check that out. There's Mr. Urban World in chat. What's
What
going
up,
on?
Mr. Urban World?
Question for the panel. As far as cloud gaming is concerned, what spot do you give it in comparison with other service? And that is for PS Now.
I was not.
Yeah, PS Now is in my top 3. I also put it there. In my opinion, it's a very complicated. It's not a hard question to answer. It's a complicated question to answer because you have to twist the question around in multiple ways. So in terms of game selection, at the top, I put PS Now and the Xbox Game Pass are pretty much at the top. They're getting a lot of games, some more recent and some less recent. Of course, Game Pass is getting the more recent games. PlayStation has a huge catalog of games. They have a lot to offer for a very cheap price, because that is one of the things you have to take into account. PlayStation Now is sold almost for pennies. It's the price of one game for a full year of subscription, while Game Pass, for example, is what is it, like $15 a month in Canada and like 12 in the US? I'm not sure anymore.
Well, if you got Ultimate Game Pass,
Yeah, the Ultimate.
You know, you're gonna get
Ultimate's $15 a month in the US.
Yeah,
It might be more than in Canada, like close to 20.
But that gives you all the games for PC, cloud, and console, and EA Play is included in that as well.
Yeah, so you get a lot of content for it. It's an excellent value. PlayStation, on the other side, doesn't have as many recent games. It doesn't have the EA content in it, but you get a lot of games, some excellent, some more classics, and it's a very reasonable price. So those two, in my opinion, are at the top. And then there's GeForce Now that's open to a lot of PC games. They just went past, I think, over 1,000 games.
Yeah.
So they have a huge catalog of games. So probably the biggest selection in terms of cloud gaming. But then in terms of stream quality, that is the other aspect of it. You have the games available. You have the
ray tracing with GeForce.
Yeah, GeForce Now. Okay, I'm gonna go with stream quality as in cloud gaming technology. Then we're gonna talk about the graphics. That's a different aspect. So in terms of stream quality, like, do you get any stutter, any lag, any issues with your streaming at all? My top ones are Stadia at the top, PlayStation Now right under, and Gfin right under, and Luna somewhere in between, because I did get to try it and I had a very smooth experience.
Yeah.
So those I would put at the top. Then for my personal experience, Game Pass go way under. Like, I'm having a lot of issues with their cloud gaming, but that's my experience. I heard a different story from other people, especially like around California.
I'm in Minnesota, and I have had no issues with xCloud since I started streaming. I played Grand Theft Auto 5 today, and and even though it's going to be leaving Xbox Cloud Gaming, I had no problems with it. It ran actually better today than it did a month ago.
Let me tell you something, guys. I played a game that was day and date called The Ascent on the Game Pass, and I played for hours. I even streamed it. You check out the stream. Amazing. Xbox Game Pass was at my bottom. It's starting to come up. You know, is it my number one? No, it's not my number one. It's not even probably my number two. But I'm starting to hop on Game Pass a lot and play that. But it's God. It's so much. There's so many. It's so
that's the problem with cloud gaming is you have you have Amazon, you have Google, PlayStation, and Xbox, you have and Nvidia and Gfin. You have 5 choices, and the amount of games that are available, and each of those is just, there's no way to, like, I can't choose which. I would just put them all in the top 5. Like, I just can't pick one because I have fun playing everything. I can't nail one over the other because they've all got their benefit for what I like to do. They've all got their benefits.
Quick, every month I'm saying, you know what, man, this is ridiculous to have all these subscriptions and services. I need to cut back, and then I can't. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Every cloud gaming platform at the moment for me is an incomplete puzzle. They all have things the other ones don't have. And for Game Pass, that's one of the things I wanted to come back to. Stream quality for me is very poor for Game Pass. But the catalog, they got it. They got a great price for a great selection of games. Games like The Ascent that just came out. I only was able to try a few minutes. I want to dive into this game. It looks amazing. But also, when they upgraded the blades to the Series X, they became...
That was night and day difference.
That brings me to the third aspect of cloud gaming, which is the actual graphics of the platform you're using. So, when I was talking about the stream quality, it's like the window through which you're looking at. Then the graphics is what is behind that window. It's like if you're looking at a Picasso through a muddy window, that's Game Pass for me. While if I'm playing, let's say, Stadia, which is a crisp, crystal clear window, perfection, it plays so well, but the blades needs to be upgraded. So it's still closer to the PS4 generation than to the PS5 generation. Some games, it's not with every games. So I know like some people don't like when we talk about Stadia, and just stating my own experience. For the quality of the graphics of the games, some games are very close to the next gen. They're very advanced. Like Cyberpunk 2077 run extremely well on Stadia compared to other platforms. Mm-hmm. Some games will run better, but the majority of the games have graphics closer to the PS4, and for some even a little poorer, like Final Fantasy 15, my experience I've seen on Stadia, they could have optimized the game way more. So that one is an optimization issue. Some, it seems, apparently they were not able to harness the all the power that Stadia had. It seems to me some devs are lazy with Stadia. So Stadia need to improve the blades. Devs needs to work harder on it. That's what I'm seeing. Like, but the streaming, the technology though is at the summum of what we can see in cloud gaming. So it's crystal clear window with the game behind it needing an upgrade, compared to Game Pass, which is now the Series X graphics that are amazing, piece of art. It's perfect through a muddy window in my case, because my game technology, the game signal, it's like it's going too far. I'm getting a lot of stutter, a lot of lags. When it works, I get like zero latency and then big latency spikes. So that's my own personal experience with those platforms. So any comments on this?
You know,
it's hard to base it the play, you know, like issues, because everybody's going to have it's going to play differently for everybody. That's the problem. Like you can't, like my experience is obviously different than yours, Doctor, and yours is different than Ray's, and our Ray's can be different than Rodella, or you know, and Rodella's can be different than Paul's. There's no way to nail it down, because everybody is going to have a different experience with all of them. Not just Stadia, not just PS Now. You got 5 cloud gaming platforms, and I can guarantee you everybody's going to have a different experience utilizing each one, the ones that you're able to use. And so there's benefits, there's pros and there's cons for everything. It's just that was like the hard such a hard. It's not a hard question, but there's just too many variables to nail it down.
I totally agree. I was playing Luna last night. I was playing Rainbow Six Siege. I was actually playing multiplayer games. Dude, it was like straight butter smooth. Shout out to Amazon Luna. It looks beautiful. And then like I don't know, man. I like them all. There's really, you know, xCloud. I'm really tremendously impressed what they did, and I'm impressed,
Well,
and I'm happy.
PlayStation Now, we've played games before, multiplayer games, and they ran perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've streamed it, and you and I played where we were running a crack house or whatever it was, a meth house.
Oh yeah,
the meth house.
Yeah.
Right now, PlayStation Now, the biggest thing going against it is that Sony is very silent about what they're doing. We know they're preparing stuff, but they're keeping their mouth shut on it. But the fact that it's not on mobile, that it's not on Mac, that it's pretty much
TV.
blocked to only your PC and your console. So that is really. Oh, by the way, I just noticed someone. Hey, JD, what's up?
What's
How long have you been
good?
in there?
Copy my
Keeping
background.
Look at that, man. You can't do that. He's already got it. Nah, that's not good.
Yeah,
That
you
actually
already
goes
know what
with
it
the
is.
fit,
Good to
man. I
see.
like that.
Yeah,
That goes with the
appreciate it.
shirt.
Yeah, I do like. I actually like that. That does look nice.
Yeah, I had to show you how to do it one time, bet. I had to show you how to represent. Oh man.
So, just before we proceed, what's going on with you, JD? Give us an update.
Oh man, just working, studying. Haven't really been playing too many games lately, but yeah, I'm just enjoying what's been put out. All the news that's coming out though. It's exciting. Yeah.
Lots of good
Did you
stuff.
play Hunter's Arena?
I played it when they first had the first little beta test. It was like a month ago or so.
Yeah, well, I played against a bunch of guys with afros, and I just started laughing because I was like, man, am I getting trolled? Is this really like DrSpaceman or whoever? But it was different guys, and they were all the guys with the afros. I actually
Fought
played
a bunch of rays.
Yeah, and I got my tail kicked. I got my tail kicked.
Man, did you enjoy it though? Did you enjoy the gameplay mechanics?
Dude, let me tell you something. It looks beautiful on PS5. I love the tutorial that they give you so you can learn the martial arts and how to do the millies and the everything. Dude, it's an amazing RPG battle arena game. It's something different. I like that. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I loved it when I played the beta. Like it was different. You got the enemies, you got like I was saying, you got the PvE and the PvP going on at the same time, which is just it's a different element.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Awesome. Good to have you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to have you in here, brother.
Yeah.
So, go somewhere. I forget where I was going. But I guess I'm gonna jump in
screwed up the whole thing.
Well, you
Yeah,
didn't bring up the plus.
It
You
was
didn't bring up the plus games. You said the PS Now, but you didn't bring in the plus.
Mr.
think
Urban
we
World
talked
done
about
messed
the
up our
PS
whole train
Plus
of thought
games
here.
last week. Yeah,
Yeah, we
Mr.
talked
Urban
about that
World
last
was
week.
talking.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, JD, what's your opinion? Which is the best? Where is PS Now in your opinion in terms of cloud gaming platforms?
Oh man, I would definitely put PS Now at like tied for number 2 spot right now as far as the cloud gaming platform is concerned. Again, I would put it in kind of like y'all gonna be crazy, but xCloud will be number 1. PlayStation Now and Stadia tied for number 2. But Stadia is going down just because of the quality of the games that are coming out or the type of games that are not coming out or just like, the performance of it.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The performance of the game.
Everybody, please pray for JD. Please pray for JD when he gets off.
Yeah.
We're gonna pray for you.
JD ain't gonna have. I'll pray for you, JD, because you probably won't have a channel after this.
Right. I won't be doing no more hosting, no more tournaments, and none of that after this.
They can be like, oh, We heard about what you said.
Like,
yeah. Just
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
xCloud got the Game Pass, right? That's the Game Pass. Everything's access. They want to access a lot of stuff, and that's really giving it a lot of value, even in beta. And so, yeah, PlayStation Now just need to continue with these games. They need to come with these games.
yeah,
So if
Maker-
PlayStation were to put like a game day and date, what like Xbox has been doing
It's a wrap.
lately,
It's a wrap.
would that shift your number one, number two?
Yeah,
Even if it was still with PC and console, if it was still locked with Windows, but they added the ability they started adding like either PlayStation 5 game or a day and date release game, a new game. How would that? Do you think that would change your thoughts on the rankings?
Yeah, it will change my thoughts definitely. And then another thing is really just the availability. PlayStation Now they really need to merge remote play and PlayStation Now into one thing. Because even if they don't do day and date, if you tie in remote play with the PlayStation Now, you're getting all your games. Whether it's almost like a Stadia where you buy a game, you buy your first party exclusive game.
Xbox has that basically.
Right.
That was in the beta. That was what they did. They gave you the option to play games in the cloud, or you could do remote. And even if you weren't at home, if you were on 4G or 5G or whatever, you could still access your games remotely as long as your console was on. But you're basically your Xbox turned into a glorified server, game server.
Yeah, PlayStation does that. They've done that since the PS4. Now with PS5, it works extremely well. You can access your games and it runs like if you're playing local on your mobile. But you cannot access the PS Now games though if you're playing.
Yeah, so that I see that would be so. Let's say which do we find more important though, the expanding the accessibility or games, or upping the games to like PS5 games and things of that nature? Because I lean more towards the accessibility. I think that needs to that would just expand it more than worrying about, because they have the games. The game selection is phenomenal.
I agree with you. I agree with this accessibility. Like, if we're talking about games, PlayStation games trumps Xbox for me all the time. But if we're talking about from a technical standpoint, the accessibility standpoint, like if they can get that reach that xCloud and Stadia does with PlayStation Now, like that's a wrap. That's
I think it would almost probably be. I could see it moving up the chain just by adding Mac support. Because there are probably how many people do you think will test it out that have a Mac that would love to be able to play those games? Yes, getting Android support, iOS support, great for mobile phones, but adding the Mac support would be a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Tone has a Mac, and if he was able to try it out, PlayStation Now on the Mac.
Do it that way, or even if you don't want to create a full Mac app, just a web-based, like what Xbox is right now, because then that not only gives Mac owners access, Chromebook owners, people that use Chrome OS, now they can try it out. And you've just opened the door to a total of 3 platforms now.
Yeah, what's up, Ryzek? Yo, appreciate the love. But yeah, it's weird because remote play has a Mac app and an iOS app, but PlayStation Now doesn't.
DualSense has full compatibility with Mac now.
Right.
Rodella just hit you with the boom.
So just wanted to come back to one comment here from Maker of Chaos. By the way, nice to see you, man. Eventually, all of them will run around the same. That is a very strong fact. It's right now we're seeing the rise of cloud gaming. Like it started about 3 years ago with Gfin. It started before that. There's been other platforms, but the current rise where we got some platforms building up and they're not failing, they're actually getting more and more popular. Gfin is pretty much the oldest platform that we have still running at the moment.
At this point.
Yeah.
So, well, PS Now was way before that, but it's been on the back burner for so long. They've put it on the ice. Right now, they're reviving it. But with the current trend we're seeing right now, where they're trying to put cloud gaming mainstream, GFN started about 3 years ago, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And then Stadia came in a year and a half, 2 years ago. And it's been going up and up. And right now, everyone's playing catch up on the technology point. And it's eventually everyone's going to understand how to make it with zero latency, with good graphics. There's a local upscaling going on some services like PS Now started doing. So you can play your games on PC on PS Now at 4K, even though your stream is 1080p, and it looks really, really good. Some others are doing 4K streams like Stadia. So it's going in all kind of direction, and eventually they're going to figure out the best way of doing it, and everyone's going to use the same. Like, we've got like these controllers. Now, it used to be controllers were very different, but now if you look at them, they're pretty much all the same controller with small variants. Like, I can also grab my DualShock 4. Okay, so I got one here. That's the evolution of this one. But it's all the freaking same controller that all comes down. The
Sony's controllers are the only
DualShock.
ones that are. Well, Sony's controller is really the only one that looks a little different. Although, like PC gamepads controllers, all the ones that were USB, they all styled themselves after PlayStation controllers for the longest time until Xbox came out. Every controller that's out now, basically, it's just a ripoff of an Xbox controller. The design is no different than Xbox. That became the standard. But before Xbox, the standard was you made a controller and it was geared after the PlayStation.
Nah, it was geared after Super Nintendo.
Well, it
was.
Yeah, but I mean, look at all of the companies that made gamepads. All the companies that made gamepads back in the day for PC, they were all USB, and they all were similar. Everything, Logitech, all of these companies, they all made them. It was like using a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But looking at these controllers, how they're all variation of the same thing, cloud gaming is going to be the same. Eventually, technology will catch up, and everyone will have access to their own version of that technology. It's all going to run the same. So it's going to come down to what games you have.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the games.
Exactly.
Yeah, it will.
I'll make her a chaos with Apple strict on those gaming subscription apps. That's why I said the easiest way to get around it is the same way Xbox did. A web app. That's all you got to do.
Just want to come back to what server blades does Gfin use, because they're doing some impressive stuff over there. It's actually it's a server version of it emulates a RTX 2080. That's what they're using. So that's what the equivalent of power that you're getting when you're playing on GFN. It's the equivalent of an RTX 2080 Ti, if I'm not wrong. Approximately.
I think I've looked at the graphics. When you load up a game on GFN, you can go to the graphics and it shows you what the graphics adapter, the GPU you're using. And
it gives you
9 times out of 10, I get a Tesla of some sort.
Yeah, it's called Tesla something. It's a custom-made GPU made for the server blades. But what it gives you, because it'll be a big processor that distributed among many users, but the amount of power you have when you're a subscriber, it's about the equivalent of an RTX 2080 Ti, if I'm not wrong. So, but it's very powerful gaming. The only reason I'm not gaming more on GFN is that, once again, cloud gaming is different for everyone. I get slight disconnection over here. I want to get back into it because apparently they improved a lot of stuff lately, and I might actually start. It's also a question of time. I got a PS5. I dove deep into this content and doing PS5 content, and kind of neglected all other platforms. I'll admit it. But GFN, though, they got very powerful device behind their service. And they're supposed to increase the number of server blades they have just about everywhere. I know they're building one in Montreal. So, yeah, they got something powerful going on. But yeah, now for what a maker of chaos said, Apple is strict on those gaming subscription apps. Probably why PS Now apps hasn't been made. But we've talked about this last week. There is a lot of talk between PlayStation and Apple. So I don't know if that's what you were going at, Vet.
Well, no. I was just saying, like, I know, like, with Stadia, for instance, and this is tied even with iOS, but I know Apple's stance was they want every individual game on a store page so they can verify all of this stuff. Yeah, as an app, which obviously Microsoft said we're not doing, and Stadia was the same way. The way around it was the web-based version. Just type xbox.com/play. That's what I said. If Sony did something similar to that, whatever the hell they want to call it, Sony.com/PS Now or whatever, it could theoretically, you could get around it, and then you'd have access. But you're opening the door to not only Mac users but Chrome OS users.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, even there's people out there that use Linux, I guess, still. But you open the door for them as well. I mean, that gives you 3 additional categories of people, of gamers that would. I can guarantee you would at least try the service out. And then once they try it, they will get hooked because that's all it's going to take.
I think where Sony might be hesitant about doing that move is the fact that they've invested heavily into nailing down the local upscaling on whatever platform you're using, though. That we've been talking about, like you can get 4K gaming on PS Now on PC. If you're using the browser-based version, you won't be able to achieve that. You'll unless they can actually achieve local upscaling through browser. But you might not be able to harness the power of the Mac if you're doing that.
Yeah.
So that might be one of the hurdles, but absolutely, if they do the browser base and say, okay, it's capped at 1080p, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
So
is it 360?
I don't know, man. This Xbox logo's hiding it. The new Xbox controllers work real well.
I have one of those, but I'd rather have the new one that they just showcased. That
blue one.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about it.
That thing looks so nice. Although I told Dr. Spaceman this earlier, I said I would have loved to have had the McDonald's PS5 controller. Not gonna lie, that thing looked pretty sweet. Come on now, you know darn well that you would have gotten one.
No,
McCloud Gaming
or lock on deck. Get a free PS5 controller with your Happy Meal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I really want that controller as well. Okay, the aesthetic is amazing, but what's really killer about it? I'm gonna open up the page there.
Marble grips. God. Look at
that.
Rubberized.
Wow.
That's what I get. Microsoft. They know how to make controllers and make.
That's what I tell my wife. I want a custom Xbox controller with my name on it.
But look at Rodella's comment about that. It has a internal battery.
And it's swappable. So it's got like a lithium battery, but it's swappable.
That's
what?
I don't know how if it's internal. How do you? That doesn't. I don't know. Paul says the new controller might have to be a day one. That's gonna be a day. That's gonna be sold out when that thing releases.
Yeah, it's very interesting controller. Very easy to the eyes.
How much is that controller?
$70. It's a video game. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yo, you just said it's a PS5 exclusive.
Wow. I'll just get the rock candy version of it. The Mad Catz
Look at those
Cat's
patterns.
controller.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Yeah,
See if this page if it says something about that battery because I'd be curious.
and I'm looking right now.
$69.99
$69.99 USD.
God dang. I remember back in my days, I could get one for $20.
You said
Battery,
it's just
double
gotta
A,
be a
it
wired
says double A
controller.
batteries. It says double A batteries. On that
Yeah,
controller.
of course they're gonna be internal swappable then.
Bruh, come on, man.
Yo,
Come on, Xbox. Come
yo.
on. Come on, Xbox.
Yeah, there's a panel
Now, what
there
we're gonna see, though-
identical to the other ones.
What we're gonna see though, Sony's gonna come out and be like, we really like that Aqua Shift controller. Can we sell that on our store also?
Right.
Looking
Well,
pretty good.
they have a dedicated share button now. That's nice. They still use headphone jacks?
Yeah, double A
I
batteries.
didn't know that was a thing. But look at compatible
40
with
hours
Xbox
of battery
Series X.
life, though. Look, 40 hours of battery life.
Oh, look, and it's compatible with iOS. Hot darn.
Yeah.
Nah, they gotta come down on price, man. I'll get it on sale.
What I like about these is it's compatible with this old dongle here. So that's a Xbox wireless adapter for PC.
I thought you were going to say that was an Xbox streaming stick.
No, the Xbox streaming stick is
I thought you had the first one.
There it is, right there.
here.
Oh yeah.
It's a big old that
Man,
ain't a
that's
streaming
a-
stick.
That's a Series N.
See, that's a mini.
That's a Series N.
S. It's a mini Series S.
But
That is
that
not
is
a-
the size of
No,
a deck
it is.
card.
Series Mini. Series Mini. There you go.
But I like that it's got like the things in it, but I love that they're still calling it a stick. There's no way that thing will fall. It'll break the cord. You're gonna have to get a separate HDMI cable for that thing.
Yo, what are we doing? What are we doing over here?
But you know what it reminds me of? Remember the PlayStation Now boxes the TV boxes that were like that. That's what it reminds me of. Microsoft done ripped off Sony.
Now, what was that damn thing they had with the Xbox 360? That HD movie player.
Oh my God, the HD DVD player.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
To take on Sony's Blu-ray. We saw how that worked out.
Yeah, that thing was horrible.
I had one of those.
They were selling the Xbox 360 as it can play the HD DVD movies, but you needed a separate box to read the discs
Yeah.
to connect to
bought one
your
of those.
Xbox.
The thing was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I mean, if it would have been built in, I mean, the movie quality was great, but good Lord. This is another attachment I had to have.
Why not just include it and make the games on the HD DVDs? Because the Xbox games were on HD DVDs, right?
God, I don't remember. I mean, I had.
Why did they sell the HD DVDs as the Xbox thing if it's not in the freaking console?
Because they wanted extra money.
Yep.
It's Microsoft.
Yep.
Of course, I got that thing, and then as soon as I got it, I got the Red Ring of Death. So that was money well spent.
Dude, I went to Best Buy. I saw they made a pyramid. They stacked all those things on top of one another in the store. Like,
walks away.
Oh man.
Where else can you get your Xbox news and PlayStation news all in one site? What we're all about. It's why we're called Cloud Station.
No, we're talking about cloud as a large.
telling you, man, they got
man,
to change. They got to change the name, man.
I was going to say, man, when we get into some PlayStation.
I
know.
shared a bunch of the links. I sent some private links over
Yo,
for a bunch of news. I'll just start chatting
Yeah,
about it if we
we're
have
moving
to.
to PlayStation news, but we just had to go by the
Sorry,
look at
JD,
that
you
controller.
buy
for a
that
moment.
controller too. Who you
Hey,
kidding?
Hey, but, Legend got him a PS5, man. You need to talk to Legend 21. He got him a PS5.
Not an anti.
You know what you
here
learned
I
is-
learned so much more.
Oh man.
The only thing you learn watching that room is how
No,
telling somebody to invest on a vacuum cleaner with all the crumbs.
Oh man.
Oh, I can't do it.
Let's talk about PlayStation news now. This time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
PS5 will meet shipment target as Sony secures chips amid semiconductor shortage. So that is
They probably already had them.
No, they reached 10 millions, but they want to reach with like 25 million by the end of the year. So the company plans to ship 14.8 million units, which will
There you go, Vet.
to help it achieve the 22.6 million units in less than 18 months.
That is crazy.
That goal is very much achievable, according to financial officer Hiroki Totoki, who confirmed during a conference call earlier today that it secured the chipsets needed to manufacture that many machines.
Look at the next thing here. The last paragraph, though. They're
The
making
firm
a
is now
profit.
moving towards profitability on the platform, with Bloomberg reporting that it's now turning a profit on the flagship 499.99 model. Assuming that's accurate, Sony is in staggeringly strong position moving forward, as the console is already competitively priced and selling out consistently.
What does that say about Sony? That not only are they selling out during a pandemic, not only are they selling out during a pandemic, but now you're making a profit on top of that.
Yeah.
They just released the numbers. Sony is making a lot of profits right now from a bunch of divisions, including PlayStation. But also like television.
The last time that I've heard of a big company making a profit on a console. Usually that's an automatic loss almost every time, because the cost of the parts versus what you're selling it for, 9 times out of 10.
And then when you throw the games on, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah. For example, when you bought a PS3 back then, you needed to buy 7 games, if I'm not mistaken, in order for PlayStation to make a profit. But over time, that's because they account for like the research and development costs into it, and they split it up on a console.
I mean, it's just impressive. It goes to show. Like, is Microsoft making a profit yet on their consoles? I doubt. I don't know that one. I don't really know. What to go?
Oh man,
just wish Sony would advertise their phones more. Definitely.
Yeah. Them phones, like that new phone that I told y'all about, man. That thing's MKHBD, whatever. He had a video with that on there. With the Sony phone, said if you're an enthusiast. If you're a phone enthusiast, that Sony phone.
That's what I'm getting at, Maker. His they make usually later in its life. So this is
usually after like 3 or 4 years. It's a record. A year and a half, and they're already turning a profit. It's a record.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at. It's crazy to see that happen this early.
Yes, amidst a pandemic, everything that's going on.
Well, the pandemic kind of helped because people were stuck at home bored. Imagine if PlayStation at Home was re-released during the pandemic.
Oh my God, that would have been phenomenal.
I thought cloud streaming helped because people were stuck home.
You know what? It helped a lot. There are a lot of areas that's why, like I've said this before. Like there are a lot of areas that, as much as there are negatives about the pandemic, as a gamer and a content creator and things of that nature, the pandemic was a lifeline for a lot of these areas.
There's a YouTube video, Christmas 2020, where kids and people were getting their PlayStation 5s, and man, there was a lot of people got at Christmas.
I'm not saying nothing about Paul. I won't speak of. I don't speak of the company that starts with an N. They got ears everywhere, ears and eyes watching and listening.
The N company gets nada from me.
I will not say nothing about that. I saw what happened to that poor gentleman.
Hey, who brought that land port?
Because he can't afford his $50 a month payment.
Put that land port, man. Come on.
I am picking up Metroid. I'm picking up that Metroid.
Yeah, I gotta pick up Metroid, man.
I'm picking up Metroid.
Metroid Dread.
Are you guys gonna play?
Nintendo's making a profit by
which news we're shifting to, because I was gonna throw out the next one. Unless you got one already lined up.
Yeah. And the end company, what's not reported is how much money they're making off of suing people.
That's where they get their money.
That is true, Maker of Chaos, except that PlayStation is making a lot of sales. Xbox seems to have not been pushing out the console as much. One of the reason I heard is because they've been building up xCloud, so the server blades. But that did hold back their sales in stores. So it might take a bit longer for the console to actually catch a profit. So to reach around the same numbers that PlayStation's getting, but it'll get there.
Well, and even if Xbox catches up to the numbers where Sony is now, Sony will have already blown past that. they've got the advantage. Such an advantage now, right? And I don't know comparing it to like Nintendo, where their sales are, but they at least comparing it to Xbox, they've got such a high enough advantage that even as Xbox catches up, they're just going to keep accruing that money and building that profit. So it's the only way is if they just completely run out and they can't make anything anymore.
And Nintendo's on a different console cycle anyway.
Well, they're on a different planet.
Yeah,
they're that's because they're in a courtroom most of the time.
Like how long before the Switch came out and the PS4 and stuff was already out? Was it like 2-3 years?
Well, and that's the thing is with Xbox killing it with software and services right there. That's what Microsoft worries about. Microsoft has said for the longest time now that they are focused on, they're shifting to software and services.
By making a focus on cloud, Microsoft is already solidifying themselves for the future. So it's a really good investment they made. So talking just console specific, Sony is winning. In terms of the whole ecosystem, Xbox is creeping really fast towards Sony.
I mean, they did, but I don't know. I mean, do they? Because how much money they lose on that Windows phone that everyone's still rocking? How'd they do on that Surface Duo? So,
Switch is the same gen as PS5 and Xbox Series X. It kind of came in between, but yeah, it kind of is.
Hey, Paul, we can't be talking about that Wii U. That thing damn near killed Nintendo. Don't use that word.
Oh, man. Man.
Oh, Lord, I opened up Rodella. I
knew. How much Sony lose by?
They won't release the numbers. So I don't know.
We don't know.
They threatened me with a lawsuit if I release the numbers.
Oh man!
Now, do you guys have?
Let's switch the topic. Did y'all see Far Cry 5 is free this weekend on PS4 and 5?
Oh nah! I thought I saw. Ain't Stadia doing something too? Far Cry 5.
It's not. It's not Stadia per se. It's Ubisoft. Or Ubisoft,
right? But I'm saying
it's going to be everywhere.
Well, yeah, it's a free. It's free for Pro, but apparently on Sony, it's just you just get access to the full game completely free of charge. So
games heavily discounted PS Store, so $8.99 with a PS Plus subscription, which is a very interesting price point.
Now you know why they're doing that, right?
Far Cry 6.
Yeah, obviously.
Far Cry 6 is just around the corner.
You gotta have to talk to Mom.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because Far Cry 6 is coming out, but I ain't got time for that Microsoft nonsense. We're talking Ubisoft here.
There was something I was saying that they was losing PS Plus subscriptions.
I didn't say all of it.
Yep, that's another one.
Well, that was what I was getting at that, and then
so
I know I saw this on Twitter.
That is a consequence of, like, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Be honest.
Sony is being very silent right now. They're not revealing a lot. They're showing games here and there, but Microsoft has been heavy on revealing features, revealing what their plan is for the future, while Sony has been very silent on what their plan is, and just basically showing some games here and there. So people want to know where Sony is going, and Sony right now is focused on the PS5, but Microsoft is doing so much at the moment that it is getting people's attention. So yeah, PS Plus subscription dropping.
Bro,
I'm not even surprised about
They got
it.
a Sony PlayStation game on Game Pass.
Yeah,
And in the cloud. And I will say,
And in the cloud,
that game
bro.
runs that game is the Series X version, and I hate to keep shifting back to talking about Xbox, but it is the Series X version of that game, and it runs freaking beautifully. I have played it multiple times. I've streamed it at least 2 or 3 different occasions, and never once had an issue with it.
You know, Sony baseball
give
players
credit.
was like, wait a minute, what? Xbox is getting our game on Game Pass, and we gotta pay for it? Really?
No. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
And they
nobody
get to
say
play
that.
it on the clouds?
I didn't hear nobody say that. Because who playing MLB like that?
Yeah, you shut up, hater. I am. Be quiet. And so is
I don't
Vet.
see you streaming it. Why haven't
I don't see you
it?
streaming no MLB.
Who? Oh, I don't stream baseball, man. That's too long of a game. And besides,
I've got
man,
MLB on a PS5. I actually haven't had time to play much, but I've actually won it on a giveaway on John Scar's channel.
Nobody
But,
wants
I
to
tried
see
it a
you
little
streaming
bit and it looks
49ers
fantastic.
game either. We got time
What's
for that
that?
nonsense.
well, at least my team, at least my football team got a name. What's the name of your team? They're gonna be called the Washington Guardians. So shut up.
Shit, they better have a better. They better not have hire a kindergartner to do a logo then.
But yeah, definitely Sony needs to open up about their plans in the future, especially for cloud gaming, because they've been a lip shot on this. They haven't said
but
anything.
Is it
That
the
that
games?
might be this
Is it
might
the
be what
games?
it takes to
Is-
do that
is
though.
it-
This might be what it needs. You
Is it
start
the free
losing
game?
money, you're gonna have to say something.
Is it the free gentlemen? Do you think it's because of the quality of the games that people are getting with Plus? What would you
The fact that Game Pass is now available on mobile, that you can play your games on your phone, is a very big point for Xbox. Sony needs to address that. So yeah, you can play your PlayStation games from your console on your phone, but playing in the cloud on mobile, that is what people are interested in.
You're not interested in tennis?
It's
We
it's
got
still
tennis.
it still surprises me that they don't open up, but I'm wondering how much. Like I said, they posted a lot that's a pretty big loss. I mean, you start adding up when they start losing money, they're gonna do something's gonna change. That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take hurting that pocketbook.
What's 1.4 million to Sony? That's nothing.
1.4 million monthly. Start multiplying that.
What's that? That's nothing. That's just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
But that's how it starts. You start that, then it just keeps going. And the longer that you start losing people, they're gonna have to say something. It's a solid deal, but they're gonna have to do something to change. And the only way to force them to speak up or do something is to hurt them where it counts, and that's the pocketbook.
I'd walk outside naked for 1.4 million. Man, why'd you even put that image in our head, Mr. Urban World?
I'd do it for 20
Why would you even
bucks.
put that image?
I'd do it for 20 bucks.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
JD just shared me very interesting news. Apparently, there's a PS5 Dev Kit that quickly got pulled from eBay. So someone got their hands on it and decided to make a quick buck, and it disappeared. And that is the little monster there.
Oh yeah, that's a big old piece of equipment.
I want to look at those photos a bit bigger because that's interesting. So Sony Interactive Entertainment Incorporated development kit for PlayStation 5. Could you imagine if that's what we got? That is a huge
That's
machine.
a huge machine.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You would have got it. You would have
The hell
got
I
it.
would
A lot
have.
of
Yeah, I
yeah,
would've
you
got it.
would.
It's just
Everybody
a-
would have
yeah, I
got it.
would've
It would
got
have
that
sold.
joint.
It would have
Would've got it.
sold.
I would have got that joint. Yo,
Wow, look at that.
look at all them ports to play those plug those controllers in. Go
I'm
back.
sorry,
You even got a whole thing here to
Thing-
put your ball in nachos
my
and keep it
God.
warm.
Bro,
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with Rodella on that one, and that hurts me to say that.
what's that?
The Dev Kit is
Not
uglier
the
than
the
PS5
first
and
part of that
PS5.
comment. Yeah, the
Damn,
first
that's-
part. I don't agree with the second part. With the PS5 is ugly, but that developer kit looks. I'm sorry. If that is what the PS5 is,
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I would have got it.
I would have copped that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I would have got that.
thing,
I mean, come on, look.
Come on.
If you guys got
They
the
would've charged
original
even more.
Xbox, no, if you guys remember the original Xbox with those big ass giant controllers for the Green Giant, come on now.
Oh yeah.
But you know
EOD
what? I
controller?
bet you. How much you want to bet? If they had made that with all of that stuff, guarantee you it would have been even more money. It would have cost more than the PS5 does. They're gonna have to charge extra for all them additional ports you're getting.
Okay, $600, $599.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's still
that
ugly
thing
as hell.
is one of the weirdest
Bro.
thing I've ever gamed with.
What the hell is that?
Look, I went to a
It's
friend's
the
house. I
new-
said, "There's no way in the hell."
Is that the
No,
OG?
in the hell.
It's worse than a drink
I mean, let me
Oh,
tell you
Lord.
something. I
Ever
told my
seen in
friend,
my
"There's no way
life.
in the hell I'm gonna get that," and he showed me Morrowind. And when I played Morrowind, that
yeah.
made me decide, okay, I gotta get Xbox. I'm gonna get the Xbox.
That and playing the
the
first Halo.
ugliest.
Legit,
The
I came
controller was
home-
fine, but it just looked ugly.
The thing was, and let's not even talk about the third party guys that were making those things. They were even uglier. The Duke.
I remember I only played the first Halo once. I came home. I actually missed the beginning. Came home. I don't remember what I think I was playing music somewhere. Came home and my brother's playing with one of his friend on the Xbox, playing the first Halo and just doing like the first two levels. And they're playing with that big controller. So that was my brother's friend's Xbox that he had brought.
Well, finally, we got ready, right?
And my brother has to go for something. It's like, hey, want to jump in so we can continue playing? So, okay, played with his friend. We cleared the entire game overnight. Didn't see the time pass with that big controller.
That.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that nonsense.
Oh man.
Remember playing Bruce Lee on Xbox with that controller. But yeah, Morrowind was definitely a classic on the Xbox. Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
On console.
That's what sold me on the original. And then Halo was just the icing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Halo
just
was
Halo.
incredible.
It was just Halo for me. That was pretty much it.
You guys weren't into Fusion Frenzy or?
Oh my God. Dude, no. Here's a game.
No.
There was a game called Brute Force. There was this game called Brute Force, and everybody hated it, but I loved it. I loved playing it. And it was by
You
Microsoft.
didn't have a Dreamcast, Mr. Urban World?
Oh
You
my
didn't have a
goodness.
Dreamcast? You didn't play Jet Set Radio on Dreamcast? Oh man.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Dreamcast controller was something else also.
It was ahead of its time, dude. Ahead
Yeah.
of its time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Y'all, brute force. No, Ray. I'm sure the one of your your favorite games on the Xbox was the Burger King games.
I like the Sneak King and the.
Oh yeah, thing.
Oh, you remember all them stupid games?
Yeah, I remember.
Yo, I used to put the Sonic joint up in that joint. The Chaos, whatever
But
child.
You got the Jaguar controller close to you as well.
Yeah, I did.
That's another weird controller.
Oh my goodness.
Brute Force was amazing, and I even liked Telfing.
Oh God.
Ugh,
That is a weird console.
nah.
This
It's like-
I don't know. As far as ugly controllers though,
Is it like a foam pad on it?
yeah, pretty much. And I
That
don't
was a
even
mo-
use.
That
I
looks
don't
like
even
a
use these.
modem.
I don't even use these.
What
You
are
know?
these numbers for? So you can like send a text the old classic way, like text message.
Bro, I don't know. I never used the numbers.
That's a fax machine.
Hey, don't be knocking the Dreamcast. That was probably the greatest, one of the greatest consoles.
Yeah, you had to remember like the combination of your modem so you can connect on the
Hey.
internet by dialing it like.
Oh man, they need to bring Ready to Rumble back.
Ooh, God.
Oh,
Memories.
I would love that.
Memories.
Why does
I'll be
that
okay if
console look
I'll
like
be
a phony
okay if
time
we
traveling
If
device?
2K brings NFL Blitz back, if they can get me an NFL Blitz or just a football game in general.
Just
I'm
so
okay
you
with
know, 2K is actually working on a Blitz type game.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because they can't do a simulation game. That
Nope.
was the because of EA and
EA.
their license with the NFL, which shows why Madden is garbage year after year, and all they do is add old features and claim they're new, and they update the roster.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Because they have literally no competition, so why make it any better? NFL 2K was 10 times better than Madden has been in the last several years. I would
They
rather
got-
play.
Damn it! I
more,
want that console now, DrSpaceman. I want that big. I want that dev console. I wonder how much you paid
big
for it
The
on
murder?
dev
eBay.
kit. The
I'm
dev
gonna-
kit.
I'm gonna go look on eBay, see how much I can get it.
Tell them you're a developer.
They pulled it.
I'm sure they'll give you one.
So, interesting news. Konami admits PES successor eFootball will effectively be a demo to launch, which
Oh, they
kind of makes
tested
sense to me.
They testing the waters. They gotta test
So,
this.
They're going to
new-
release it at first. It's only going to get like 6 or 8 teams, nine licensed teams at first. But it's going to be it's not a demo. It's a soft launch. It's going to be
Whereas-
like the beta,
beta.
of the service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then eventually, once they're ready and the servers are up and running properly and they know they can take the load, they're going to release more teams that you can buy in. Yeah, that's going to be the base games. You're going to get 9 teams that you can play with. So I don't think it is interesting to have that news, but it's not as dramatic as some are making it to be. Like, it's only a demo. It's not a demo. It's a beta.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Man, kind
Oh,
of
that's
like
coming.
what I'm gonna get. What are they gonna charge? That's what I want to know. What's the charge for the extra stuff?
I mean, it's a demo. So if they're labeling it that, you already know that they're going to be charging for all of the other add-ons and the other stuff, like what we had already talked about. If you go that route, I mean, I know we brought that up last week, and this effectively confirms.
I don't know,
What
man.
if-
See, I always got FIFA and I always got Pro Evolution. I just hope they don't mess the integrity of this game. This game was an awesome game by Konami. I'm getting
But,
worried.
you know,
I'm getting
all
worried.
we can do though is really is just until we see it and try it. We really it's all speculation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be complete. This could be a stupid move. Maybe it's not.
It's a demo with 9 teams. When we gonna get the
It's
rest?
like,
of
it's
the
like the
teams?
old day. It's no different. It's the old days. They're bringing back shareware.
Once it comes out of,
PC shareware.
you'll get it once it comes out of beta.
I'm
which
telling you,
will be a
dude.
long time.
I'm telling you, if they screw over FIFA, you're gonna see pitchforks, knives, and torches. If they mess up FIFA, I'm telling you.
But yeah, didn't they announce that FIFA is going the same direction, game as a service?
That's what
Or
I
there's
heard.
a leak about it?
There's a leak about it, but they better just man. I don't know.
LOL at shareware.
Hey, don't be hating shareware, man. I used to get that stuff all the time.
I remember shareware.
Oh man.
Woohoo! Look at that.
Oh man.
Look at that.
Who wants to get their hands on that capacitive controller? Because
Me.
In case you didn't know, I saw like some patents about it. That controller is not just a shaft you're holding in your hand. This is a capacitive sensor. So, just so I can give you an indication, what's going on is that this is basically charged with electricity, and your hands also have a capacity charge for electricity. And as you move your hand away from it or get it closer, it influences the electric charge in the controller. It's very technical. So basically, in common term, the controller is getting indication of how your hand is positioned inside of the controller, whether you're touching it or not. So like you can have two fingers that are not touching the controller and you're doing this with your fingers, like in the air next to the controller, and it's detecting those movements.
That's gonna be good with some VR porn. Oops,
Yeah.
did I say that loud?
Oh, man.
That's oh my goodness, oh my god, I said that
Ray.
loud.
Oh, man.
My bad.
Hey, Ray,
my
look
bad.
behind you. Your wife's standing right there.
Yeah. She's about to
Oh, man. Oh, man.
give you
What are
the,
we-
you know.
What are we doing, man?
So yeah, new info: Sony focusing on AAA games, working with PSVR 2 and flat TV, moving away from separate VR experience. Sony Ps5 games to support PSVR 2. So, if I understand properly, they're gonna make sure all the PS games coming out will have some VR integration to improve the game.
Nice.
Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah, that's what you're reading, and this is what I'm saying, man. And I watch it, and I said this on the podcast. Go check the receipt, man. When it happens, they have God of War 2 or whatever, and it works in VR, and you're able to play these PlayStation exclusive, maybe Spider-Man 2 in VR. You know, you can play it. You can play it regularly with the regular controller, and then you can switch over to VR mode. Like, because PlayStation has been doing that since the PlayStation 4. They've been doing VR modes in a lot of their games, testing those waters out. So just imagine to have this, you know, this experience of a VR mode in all of these exclusives. You know, that's trouble, because Xbox is not working on the VR. There's no other company working on VR. Like big, like outside of the PC realm.
VR is really PlayStation's arena right now.
Yeah.
And they're big on it. So what will be interesting? Oh, and if you look at it, it's going to have eye tracking and foveated rendering. So this will be pretty interesting.
Dude, look at that.
Which means
OLED 4K. Wow.
OLED 4K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's going to be smooth. It's going to be crisp. It's going to be good looking.
Yeah.
What's interesting is you'll have games that are not VR game per se. Like you were talking about God of War. No way you're going to be like within Kratos' body, like doing the fight. But you're still going to have like Kratos in front of you, like if you were playing on a TV. But then you can have the whole environment loaded up and all around you, so that you can just turn your head or just even the eyes, and you're getting a different perspective on the environment.
Roller coaster. That's what I did. Like that's gonna look good.
Yeah, because they did that with Spider-Man Homecoming. You can go on the PlayStation Store right now and download the Spider-Man Homecoming VR, right? And you get this hands-on real experience, and imagine being Kratos, or just even if it's hands-on, like throwing the axe in VR.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be dope.
Imagine Gran Turismo in VR. Gran Turismo 7.
I had a
VR mode.
That.
I had a
Yeah,
VR.
there were some racing games. I did play some
had
VR
one.
games.
Yeah.
Racing games.
Yeah.
But the next Gran Turismo, where every car is remade to the perfection, because that's the thing with Gran Turismo, it's a simulation of all those cars.
Right.
Bro, Homecoming, I was on top of a building. I was scared to jump off and swing. So just imagine with the more advanced graphics and being Spider-Man and flying from the buildings.
Right.
I'm just waiting. I think the moment I turn my PlayStation on is after the Black Panther Marvel's event, because they've already announced that I'm pretty sure some of the articles I read was that they will be working on Spider-Man next.
Yeah.
And since we all know that's an exclusive Sony thing,
yeah.
I've been thinking about rebuying a game on PlayStation 5. I got it on Stadia, but
yeah, but you
because
can't
of
be
the,
Spider-Man, man.
Spider-Man chapter
If
is
you're,
only on PS5.
if you're one of them Xbox fans, you ain't gonna be able to be Spider-Man.
I mean, for the price and everything now, I mean, you can get it.
I mean, it's on sale.
It's on
Yeah,
sale. You
it's
can pick
on
that
sale.
up.
Yeah, I was thinking of, I'm gonna do that.
And have you guys seen the amount of content there will be for Wakanda?
Yes.
For the Black
They can't keep
Panther
track of it
DLC?
all.
That's all
Yeah.
free, and I think it's
Rodella,
the actual size of the game. Like the
Did he say
original
PSVR 2
story?
isn't wireless and nobody will care. Are you just mad because Xbox doesn't have wireless
Yeah, that's it.
VR?
That's the only reason why that comment's in there.
Yeah.
Well, and you can't blame us for that. Microsoft doesn't care about virtual reality. Hell, they don't even care about. They didn't even care about the Kinect.
I had the first PSVR. It was kind of cumbersome, those big wires, but once you were in the game, you didn't mind that much.
But
and the PSVR
that's not-
2,
Not long, Rodella. Not long.
But
they just
you
dropped
can't. But you can't even blame PlayStation for the Spider-Man thing. That's not a PlayStation. PlayStation has no control over that. That was all on the the people.
I'll tell you one thing.
created-
Not longer than we've been waiting on Halo Infinite.
Ooh.
Oculus Quest 2 just came out, by the way. Yes, it destroys the PSVR. But the PSVR destroyed every other VR systems out there when it came out. I just want to state that PSVR was the smoothest VR experience when it came out. Every other VR headset out there had a lot of latency, had some issues. PlayStation VR went with a lower resolution, but faster frame rate and very low latency, and it worked extremely well for them.
Dude, all you gotta do is play that roller coaster, the Haunted Circus game.
Oh yeah.
But you can't put Oculus and PSVR on the same platform. They're two different things. PSVR is console virtual reality. Oculus is not. It was never designed to be for consoles. Microsoft point blank said they are not getting into console VR because they don't see that it's going to ever amount to anything.
Because Sony's already
they said that when the Xbox One X came out that they were not worried about VR because that wasn't something that they needed to be concerned about.
Yeah.
But they also said that the Kinect was going to be a big thing, and look what happened to that. So if they had come out with VR, it probably would have been garbage, and they would have scrapped it. Like
all I know is PlayStation has a VR. It's the only one. It's the only console with a VR component, and it's the only console that has VR exclusives on it and third-party exclusives on it.
And they're successful with it.
Does the Oculus Quest have those though? Because I mean, if we're saying the Oculus Quest is better, what exclusives do they have?
A lot. Oh, wait, actually, they actually sold a lot.
You have to sell your soul to Facebook
they sold
to have
a lot,
an Oculus Quest.
They actually sold a lot of PlayStation VRs.
Well, no. I mean, I'm saying the Oculus. What does the Quest have that is an exclusive that you can only get there? That's gonna be better than the PSVR or the PSVR 2.
PSVR 2 will have 4K. It will have. There's a lot of features coming to it, including the capacitive controller, which looks amazing. It's going to have full support of the PS5. So,
does the Quest work with the Xbox?
PSVR has reached 5 million unit sales as of January 1st, 2020.
Not 2
That's
million.
a lot.
Not 2 million. It's not 2 million.
5 million. That's half of a PlayStation 5 count of 10 million.
Wouldn't say that Xbox is out of VR space. Didn't they data mine the new Xbox headset files and find hints at VR? They've yet to announce anything, and Xbox
Until they announce it, I won't believe it because they've already
stuff.
announced that they're not focused on that.
Yeah, 5 million units out of 120 million. We're talking about a new thing that is coming into the market. It's an accessory,
right?
And we're not talking about the Kinect here,
right? How many units did the Connect sell? There we go.
Hey,
with the
The Kinect
Xbox
was
One.
fun. It was fun.
Oh,
I
man.
enjoyed my.
I
time
enjoyed
with
the
it.
Connect, man.
Oh,
No,
man.
I'm not gonna lie though. The
enjoyed
Kinect, I had fun with the Kinect too. Like it was I never tried it with the Xbox One, the upgraded one, but the 360, I had a blast with it. I'm not gonna lie, but yes, and Rodella's correct there again. God, I hate why I keep saying that. It hurts my soul to say that.
No, he
VR, isn't it? So as much as
Rodella plays VR. Rodella plays VR, so he knows that it's a niche. He knows it's a niche, and it's something that's a niche for 5 million units sold.
That's a pretty good niche.
That's a pretty good niche. That's not available for everybody, that doesn't have a PlayStation. Like you know what I mean? Like a Quest.
Yeah,
It's gonna be 100% transparent. I'm just looking for it.
but I'm not going to knock the Quest though, because I had the Quest. I sold it right before Facebook announced the Quest 2. I don't own the Quest 2, but I
did you
I
know
had it-
good?
Here
Yeah.
is the Xbox game where I have the most gamer points. Your Shape Fitness Evolved.
Yeah, there you go.
You're rocking
I
that
had fun with the
Minesweeper.
Kinect. Yeah, Your Shape
Oh,
and Fable 3, and there's Fable 2 somewhere there. Yeah, right here.
You got
Get your-
Minesweeper's
Get
got
your
more than a
Game
bunch of
Pass.
these
Get
games.
your
though.
Game Pass on with Minesweeper, baby. Let's go. Let's get your Quest.
Minesweeper in the cloud.
They had a
I'm
couple of
special.
superhero games with the Kinect that were pretty awesome.
Yo,
I remember. Oh my god!
But no, I'm not trying to knock the Quest. I'm not trying to knock the Kinect. I preferred I'm sorry. Me personally, I preferred the Kinect over PlayStation's Move.
yeah,
And
I
it was
definitely
because
did.
I didn't have to have a goofy freaking controller that glows in the dark, a glow stick basically. And Bray, I know you could make some dirty comments with that glow stick.
The glow plug.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
We don't need to go down that road with the glow plug.
Oh my god. Yo.
But I'm
Yeah,
like, it's just saying,
Connect
the
is good.
Microsoft had something there, and to be honest, I wish they hadn't have just scrapped it altogether.
Like with the fitness. Oh man, I wanted to get the Connect with the fitness program on there. I think they had Nike on board.
They did the body scans and things of that nature to help you with the fitness. There was a lot of potential with the Kinect, and that was one thing when they scrapped it. I thought that was the dumbest move they ever did.
We need
Nobody
more
cares about
fitness
Resident
games.
Evil. That game is stupid.
Especially with we keep talking about COVID, like PlayStation Home would have been fun. Fitness games, we needed those. There's the Switch. That's pretty much the only one there is right now with that weird ring that you can do stuff with. I don't know, but the Kinect game, the fitness game, I remember playing it, and it was actually some pretty decent workout. It was coaching you on your movements, and it was doing a good job at it. But PlayStation right now doesn't have any fitness games. Xbox has scrapped it. We need these, especially like when everyone was isolating, and right now, like there is. Don't want to go through much on this, but apparently there's
I
in
wouldn't.
the States.
Rodella, I don't like Resident Evil, so if it was a PSVR exclusive, I could care less. I don't like that entire franchise. If they scrap the whole franchise, I would be happy. God, Ray's breaking out his Wii games. Come on,
these
now.
were my exercises right here.
Oh man, yo.
No, I will. I agree, though. That is correct. The tech that was in that Kinect was phenomenal, and the fact that you had the ability, you could hook it up to your PC. So there was it baffles my mind that they scrapped all of that. Like there was so much potential for that. And I never understood what the point of getting rid of the whole thing was. And for it being a cost thing. Like, just imagine if they had that now. Like, that would be ridiculous.
I paid for that.
What were you in your Stadia?
Yep.
Oh,
Come on now, look at the stories, the games that are in there. I can tell that. It's on a web browser, anyways. So right off the bat, you see there.
That's a you problem.
oh man, hilarious.
Devs didn't want to make games for Kinect. I kind of understand though the point of not wanting to make games for Kinect because
like it's almost like Stadia.
it's a tech that you cannot go on anything else. So if you make a Kinect game, it's stuck on Kinect. So you have a very limited crowd that will use the game, and it can be pretty complicated to make all those.
Because not getting all these games.
They were the first ones to make all the movement caption and all that, so it was pretty gimmicky. But
it was good stuff, though. That's like
Microsoft.
I'm not trying to knock it at all. That I don't want it to come across that I thought that it wasn't. I loved the Kinect. That was one of my favorite pieces of technology.
My wife got it for me for Christmas, and I was very happy.
Nice. So, something else that came out, PlayStation 5 got a beta software update where you can now put a SSD in your console. I know I probably won't be doing it for a while because the solutions are very expensive. But this is the one that Mark Cerny, if you don't know who Mark Cerny is, he's actually the architect of the PS5. He's the one who's made both the PS4 and the PS5, and he's been there since the first PlayStation around. He's one of the main reasons Sony is getting so much success with the PlayStation brand in total for a lot of reasons. But he went with the Western Digital Black SSD here. So it is an expensive piece of tech, but the reason why he's going with that, because it's a very good device for first, and also the one with the heat sink built on, it's good at dissipating heat because these dissipate a lot of heat. So you need something that will basically get rid of that heat in your system, or else it's going to burn and it's not going to be good. So be careful if you put extra storage on your PS5. It is a risky business, but this one should be doing the job. PS5 SSD is some BS. Yeah, it's kind of an issue, yes and no. Kinect was being used more in classroom than gaming.
The SSD solution, but as time goes on, they'll work out the kinks, and Sony will. Is Microsoft going to do that, or are you still going to be rocking those external hard drives to store all your games when you run out of space for Call of Duty and all of that?
I don't know why people want, the spec. Like these games are starting to, we're talking about PCs and, PCs will always be in the lead. But as these consoles catch up, they're going to look and act more like a PC.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to eventually they're going to be built. The Xbox was they were all designed. Microsoft basically made a gaming PC that was a console. I mean, the concept was there, but eventually they're going to they're going to be almost identical.
Yeah.
It comes back to, we touched a little bit about this last week, but kind of veered off. And I've been talking about this was it yesterday in my live stream or not too long ago? Both PlayStation and Xbox has been porting games to PC heavily, and right now Sony has acquired what's the name of the studio again? Nexus, yeah. They just announced that they're basically going to be responsible of collaborating with all of the other studios for porting their games to PC. So everything PlayStation is headed to PC. There is two reasons I see to this. We did touch about this last week. One being they want the games on PC because it's a huge market.
There you go.
And the other one is cloud gaming. As cloud gaming improves, your blades are getting better. Well, you need games that are unlocked. And right now, like any PlayStation games that were made before, basically PS4 games and before, they're all locked to certain specs, and you cannot go away from these specs because of the dev kit inside the SDK and all this. So by making a PC port, you're allowed to play with a frame rate, with the shaders, the quality of the graphics, the number of polygons you have on screen, all the textures. So you're unlocking this so that in cloud gaming, as you improve your blades, eventually you can make your games look better. But also what it's bringing me to is because cloud gaming, we're on the verge of it going mainstream. Right now it's still niche, but it won't stay like that for long. When PlayStation fully unveils their cloud gaming solution, if it goes to mobile and if it's really a good deal, like Xbox is doing right now, they're putting putting cloud gaming in a lot of people's mouth as they're talking about it. It's about to be mainstream. So by the end of this console generation, I know you guys didn't agree with me that you said there would be a PS6, but it's very likely that most of the mainstream market will go towards cloud gaming, while the hardcore market will still want the local gaming possibility and will turn to PC instead. So it is what it's going towards, because those consoles are literally gaming PCs that are optimized for gaming.
Well, look, Rodella
gotta
asked me a question.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just trying to see what he asked me. What would you rather do?
Then what would you
Neither
rather
of
do?
those.
Plop in a proprietary SSD expansion card that works right when you plug it in, or open up your console, figure out the SSD to buy, figure out if you need a heatsink?
No,
Rodella, you have to first, Rodella, you gotta ask him. Hold on, Rodella. The main question is when is he getting the PS5?
I don't need but the reality of that question is neither of those are an option, because I don't need to worry about that when all my games are in the cloud. That's a no point for me. I don't use consoles anymore for that to be an issue.
Yeah.
Cloud gaming eliminates me having to worry about that and having to worry about storage or anything else.
Right. I think it's twofold, because Sony already, I think when they announced it, when they was doing all the previews in March, Sony was going around talking about this, and they was talking about the SSD. I think I remember them saying we're going to try to drive down the prices of the SSD storage, because remember, this is a PC market, and it's just like with the hard HDDs, the more that's out there, the prices will go down. And then if Sony can get that down to a certain price, I wouldn't be surprised Sony makes their own SSD for the PS5 with a heat sink in it that doesn't cost as much. You got to remember, there's a business aspect to these things. It's not just always, it might not always seem consumer friendly at first, but if we're talking about everything involved, that's a really smart move to push those prices down.
Yeah.
PS5 Plus.
Are you you are dying to but you're dying to get a PS5? No, I'm not.
What's up,
what
guys?
I'm dying
I'm watching
for
the
is
show with my wife,
place,
and Mr. Urban Will mentioned the shows. I wanted to pop and say,
I'm dying for a PlayStation 5 game. I'm not dying for a PS5. What I'm dying for is a PS5 game to show up on PS Now, which it will. That's why I said why I don't need to buy. I'm not going to waste away my money on an Xbox Series S or Series X when I can play Xbox X games in the cloud. Eventually, I'll play PlayStation 5 games in the cloud. I'm not going to waste my money trying to hunt one down.
For this question, what I want to answer: how would Sony drop the prices of SSDs if they have their highest requirement specs for SSDs? What I want to answer to this. We're talking about, because we did talk about this previously, Rodella and I and some other guys. We're talking about a very big market. The PC market, PC gaming is a very big market. Yep. And they release parts, and it's supply and demand. Eventually, if the demand goes up for a certain part, the prices go up. And yeah, we're talking about 300 million PC gaming people out there that are buying into those parts. But the thing, though, is those PC gamers will mostly buy previous generation. They'll buy more traditional SSDs, or they'll buy the Gen 3, which is if I'm not mistaken, the Windows 11 Direct Access is going to require Gen 3 and not Gen 4. As for the PS5, it requires Gen 4 for it to work and to install the games on. So right now, it's more towards Gen 3 that PC gamers are oriented. So that's what's selling more. And even then, it's a very niche PC gamer market. Not a lot of people are putting down that money to get that extremely good PC gaming experience. A lot of very hardcore PC gamers are still rocking their GTX 1080s, which are pretty old gaming techs, by the way. We're not talking about the RTX 20 series. So PC gamers are not pushed at always making the latest upgrades, even though there's a new gen of console, because a lot of PC games work on a vast array of hardware.
PC gamers are waiting for the 3D effects announcement anyways. Come on now. They want that.
But I would just want to complete my point here.
Yeah, go for it.
PlayStation is now releasing an update to enable the Gen 4 NVMEs to work in the console. But now we're talking about a market that is currently at this moment 10 million consoles on the market that now can have the upgrade specifically for Gen 4 NVMEs, which is the latest generation for those SSDs. And then they already confirmed like it's going to be close to 25 million by the end of the year. So that's a lot of console that now require, if you want to do the upgrade, that specific part. So that is going to motivate a lot of PC part manufacturers to go and make that part more affordable, more available, because now they got a reason to sell them. It's not just the ultra niche part that nobody needs. PS5 needs them. So those prices are going to go down, and PC players are going to find themselves with the option of, for a very similar price, buying the Gen 3 or Gen 4 of the same chip. Gen 3 is almost going to disappear instantly because of that, because we have a huge amount of PS5s, which, pales in comparison of the whole PC gaming market, but not in comparison to the PC gaming market that keeps their hardware up to date. Those numbers are very close, if not bigger, on the PlayStation side that now wants Gen 4 chip. So look at all those PC manufacturers shift their production toward Gen 4 very soon and drop those prices.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my point I wanted to do on this.
Yep.
Anyone has anything to add on this, or?
Now you summed that one up pretty good.
You summed it up. You summed it up real good. Like that's exactly. They're gonna push it down. They're trying to. That's exactly.
We're basically making the PC gaming skip a generation of SSD that just started being adopted, basically. By we, I mean the Sony PlayStation fanboys.
Yeah,
but I probably won't be doing the upgrade for a while because I do have fiber over here. So if I want to install a game, I just uninstall another one and install it like that. It's very quick. So, yeah. So that is how Sony would drop the price of the SSDs, even though it's the higher requirement.
So I did share a link for an article I saw posted about Haven Studios picking up some new talent.
Yeah, I wanted to
continuing to
got it on my screen right now. So Ubisoft talent continues to bleed over a Haven Studio. That just came out today. I didn't see that news at all. Can you talk about it?
I just saw it too. So I mean, we can go for
a lawsuit of harassment allegation that Ubisoft is currently dealing or failing to deal with, according to their employees. Very interesting. They have also lost some of their top talent recently, and that continues to happen as another former Ubisoft employee leaves to work at Haven Studio with ex-Ubisoft producer Jay
who it
Lynn.
is.
This time, it's a senior talent recruiter who is leaving Ubisoft for Haven Studio by the name of Medina Dabiate. I'm not familiar with him. Who announced their departure on LinkedIn today after having worked for Ubisoft for the past 5 years. That is
talent acquisition. Nice.
This could also indicate a few things, such as Jade Raymond clearly likes to poach the people she wants to work with.
It's dead.
Raphael Lacoste, I'm more familiar with that name. I've seen that name before. She grabbed from Ubisoft. Also further indicates that clearly talent within Ubisoft may not be may not like the direction in which the company is heading, either with the current franchises or due to the current issues it faces, and people are looking for other options. Very interesting news there. So,
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting when I happened to just come across that article, because all I saw was Ubisoft talent leaving, but I caught the Jade Raymond and the Haven Studio, so I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very interesting story.
Seems that studio is definitely picking up speed.
Yep.
Well, PlayStation is shining a very bright light in these last few months. PS5s are selling like crazy, and they have a contract with PlayStation at least for one exclusive games. We've seen lately how that turned out. Studios that have been doing well with PlayStation, what's happening? They actually joined PlayStation. I'm not saying Haven is going to be a part of PlayStation Studios, but they're partnering with them, and it's looking really good right now. Plus, I'm pretty sure I saw news not too long ago that they actually announced that they're increasing investment in increasing support for PlayStation Studios to push more games and acquire more studios. So,
yeah. I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt them for Haven Studios to keep acquiring talent from other places that are having issues.
Right.
To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they picked up talent from, say, Activision and Blizzard. But I mean,
and Blizzard
for
are
Ubisoft, though, that's really, what is it like? What is that? Just half the employees that continue to leave one just walk across the street.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really have to go very far.
That's the thing. Haven could end up being very big in Montreal, which is one of the main capital of video game production in the world. So they could attract a lot of people from different companies around, like Eidos, for example. And even though
I mean, it's something that I would say definitely we would want to keep an eye on, because I mean since they started that whole company. I mean, that was started. They've been just growing and growing, and you see Jade Raymond name pop up I mean, it's been that in Haven Studios. They've been in the news multiple times over the past year.
I'm eager to see what direction they're taking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'll definitely be interested in that one as well.
Can't wait to see the product, but I get to see some Ubisoft product tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see that with the game, that's going to let us know what kind of direction that's going. And as you can see, they still have a lot of games coming on through till the end of this year and next year. So
EA is going to be with it by the end of next year. They'll have a new Need for Speed game coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I want Haven to do really, really good. So and that's good. You get the talent. You get the quality.
Well, I mean, and hey, nothing wrong with Ubisoft talent. I mean, we see the production, the quality of their games. So I'm not going to say anything bad about them.
All I got to say, look, all I got to say is just show me the product. I got to see the product. And
that's the key. I mean, you can have the best talent in the world,
exactly.
and if the game is garbage, you just pissed away a ton of money.
But she's handpicking her staff for a good reason. She knows what she needs to make a good game. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. But I can't wait to see
she definitely knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And Brian De Silva here, aka X Shadow X,
what up?
is asking who's excited for the new Valhalla DLC character content. I really need to finish.
I barely put any time into that game.
I don't play Assassin's Creed, so
I'm playing it. I was playing it yesterday on Facebook Live Gaming. And I actually noticed, like, I went into the ability tree, and there's a lot of nods that popped on. Like, it showed me those were new nods available. So it actually already unlocked, unless they're bringing it in more soon. But yeah, some pretty interesting stuff going on in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting work in it. Love the lore and the possibility of being Cassandra. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that part. I'll need to read up on what's going on with Valhalla.
I played it initially. I haven't touched it in ages, so I might have to dive back into it again. And I stopped playing. The last one I really played was Odyssey, and I quit that because I got to one point, I got stuck, and I rage quit, and I've never touched the game since then.
Really?
I put like 60 hours into that game, and I got to one part where I could not, for the life of me, beat it. And I played it where I was streaming it, getting irritated with it, and I almost threw the controller at the screen. And I quit the game and I was done. I've never touched it since then.
Oh man,
because I can't do it. I just couldn't get past that spot, so I said, "Screw it."
Yo, hilarious.
Did you see how simple and intuitive the Facebook Gaming Creator Studio works? It's the best creative studio out there. Still need to master it, but very interesting. Really loved my experience yesterday. Let me put something else on the screen. 3 weeks from today, that's Jeff Kingley, the guy who does the games comedy. Basically, a lot of gaming events throughout the year are hosted by him. I'll just make that bigger. 3 weeks from today, get a new look on the holidays' biggest upcoming video games and what lies behind. Gamescom opening night live, a live 2-hour showcase, streaming and co-streaming everywhere. Generally, PlayStation tends to be more present at these events more than E3. So why am I not following Gamescom? I need to follow that. So I think that might be the E3 that we were waiting for PlayStation.
I'm not saying I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying anything, man.
I'm not saying 100% they'll be there, but hopefully they are. And we might get more news there.
I just need a PlayStation Experience event. That's it.
Yeah, we need Sony to show their cards. And
so, do you think if the longer they hold off on showing the cards, is it going to hurt them in the long run? Is it going to put them in the back seat?
Nope.
No, dude.
Or do you think once it drops, they're going to go from where they are? They release they'd say, "Hey, this is what we've been working on," and it skyrockets them to number one right off the bat.
It takes one showcase, man. It takes one showcase. That's all it takes. And they, they got the exclusives and they got the games that they're working on right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some news very soon.
Yeah. I mean, Sony, look, they're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing the Evo. I don't know if y'all see a bunch of tweets every day about a fighting tournament, something going on with Evo. They're tweeting about, their exclusives, even if it's just a couple. They're tweeting about, their sales, their PS5 sales, and all they gotta do is just do one event.
Well, yeah, that's all it really take. The right event, you show the right stuff, it shuts everybody up.
And they gotta strategize what games they're gonna put out against what games, right? Since Xbox does have all of Bethesda, right? So now, they might be looking at shuffling some games around, shuffling some release dates around just to match. They don't have a lot of studios, but they have to put out what they can to match, at least attempt to take some sales away from the Microsoft Bethesda deal. And even looking at Nintendo, when they drop, whatever Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever big game Nintendo comes out,
Come
right?
on, now, you know it's gonna be a Mario game.
Right, some big Mario, another Mario remastered game for a limited
Mario
time.
Sunshine
you can
3.
purchase. You only purchase for, you got 3 days to purchase, and it goes away. Like
It goes into the Nintendo vault.
Yeah.
right, like they're like Disney putting it in vaults now. So you got to think Sony. They don't have as many games or as many studios, and they have to strategize against, putting certain games out.
All this before.
To be fair, most of the games I'm super excited on Sony side all next year.
Yeah.
It's the effect of the pandemic. We've been talking about it for a while. It's a reality of the thing.
Yeah,
God, it's disgusting. The 35th anniversary for that.
Man,
Ray, what were you in, like elementary school?
Yeah, I was
That-
in. I was in.
that game is as old as I am.
yo, Zelda is that's my game, man. That's
Just-
my number one.
Oh wait, I'm thinking Jeff. Jeff was, what was he like? He was ColecoVision or something. What was he rocking?
I just turned 35 almost 2 weeks ago. Oh man,
Man.
I'm as old as Zelda.
I remember
I'm
going to the
old.
store.
Older than Zelda.
I'm
I'm
older
already-
than
I've
Zelda.
already
I
passed
remember
Zelda.
going to the store and picking up Zelda, man. It was
I used to get Zelda all the time so I could get the gold cartridge. We one of the
Yeah.
first to get the gold when they was doing. Oh man, every single time, and then I would. I always had a friend. We would try to beat the game first. Like who can beat it first?
I don't know where our gold cartridge is at. We had it. That thing is worth a lot of money now, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's in the packaging, still it is.
Yeah.
Yup.
But
mint
then again, even if
condition.
you have the cartridge and it's in good working condition, that thing is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing. You tell your parents like it's a collector's item, and then they're like, "Are you not using it anymore? We're just gonna like give it away." No, it's a collector's item. Like I saw a game like Shining Force once in a store, didn't have my wallet on me, asked my mom for money just so I could buy it. She never wanted to.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
There was a guy
That was a
that I
good-
knew that worked at GameStop. It's a couple of years back when they were still buying. You could still trade in the old retro
Yeah,
games.
I remember that.
Guy traded in a cop. I think it was a Nintendo game. The guy that worked there took it and then sold it on eBay for like, oh god, it was in double digits, like thousands of dollars he made off of that game. And I was just like, I bet you whoever traded that game in only got like $5.
And I'm not a collector by any means, stretch of the imagination, but
Neither-
there's
neither
only
am I.
two. There's only two
Don't knock
game
don't
series
knock
that I will
Nintendo
be.
Pro.
There's only two game series that I'm going to be collecting, and that's the Zelda series and Final Fantasy VII. Anything from those two series, I'm all over it. That's it.
Hold on. He's got to turn. There you go.
You
With
got
a dynamic camera following.
you got the movies. You got the movies. You got average
Ray, you
children?
got Final
I've
Fantasy.
got Crisis
you got
Core
the
somewhere for
cartridges
PSP.
for Nintendo.
You got average children.
Yeah, I've got Ads and Children for the PS2, like in a box right here.
No. I'm talking Final Fantasy from Super Nintendo. Come on, get the good shit. Don't give me that Sony nonsense.
I gotta go in my vault.
Just kidding.
Gotta go in the
He's gonna
vault.
go in the vault.
Talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, so I thought I'd send you that. So Ghost of Tsushima, basically the Legends is getting a standalone version. The multiplayer mode, and they got updates, they got rivals mode, a whole bunch of stuff, but it's gonna be $20 just to, if you just want the multiplayer cut of the game. Which isn't bad considering it's free if you got the regular game. But if you just want the multiplayer slice, hey, $20 is not bad. And it's real good multiplayer. If you never played it, I would suggest you guys go play that. And it's really nicely well done. Yeah, it's lit.
I need to try out a bit more that multiplayer mode. I tried out like the tutorial and that's it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Advent Children got a sweet 4K release not long ago. Looks even better now.
Yeah. Yeah,
The movie was interesting.
yeah. Anything
yeah.
Final Fantasy 7, I'm over it, man. And Zelda.
Nice. There was also Blue Box Studios founder Hassan Karaman confirms photos of abandoned net leaked online. So someone actually hacked into his PSN account and found some
Oopsie.
photos. And he pretty much explained what it was. So it was from the 2019 version where they were testing it out on PS4 Pro in 4K 60 frame per second with 8K texture and to see how it would render. But they were, because the PS4 Pro was not powerful enough, it could not make the full game, which leads us to believe that, well, you can sum up pretty much that since they were aiming that on the PS4 Pro, PS5 version should probably have 4K 60 frame per second with 8K textures with a full game.
Yeah.
Which is extremely impressive. So, still waiting to know if it's indeed a Hideo Kojima game or not. Biggest story that has been going. Get a better image here. So, it's like 56 frames per second, which is not too bad. So, yeah, that was stolen from his account. So, interesting story. We still don't know where that game is going, though. The app is releasing very soon. It's still available in pre-download right now. But yeah, very curious to see what that game will actually be. Final Fantasy VIII is the best Final Fantasy of all time. Don't at me.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I didn't finish that game. I don't know what it was, man. I did not finish Final Fantasy VIII. It has some, I don't know, man. I was high off of 7, maybe.
There was some long moments in Final Fantasy VIII, but it was a fun game. I really, really loved Final Fantasy IX.
I heard that one was really good. I missed that one too.
I got all three of them behind me, like lined up. But 7, 8, and 9 were my three favorite Final Fantasy. Like the PS1 era was the summum of Final Fantasy, in my opinion. Final Fantasy IX had something magic for me. See, he agrees with me. 9 is my favorite. 6 is the best. 6 was pretty awesome too. But in my opinion, PS1 is the finer moments of Final Fantasy. But then some say it's Super NES, and yeah. So everyone has their opinion on this. So that abandoned game is just going to be a picture of Phil Harrison at this point.
not touching that.
Oh man, hilarious.
Sci-fi. So was there any news I skipped? Just looking around. Don't think there is.
No, did we got
all the... well, these are the games that are being voted on for best game of the month. I heard a lot of good things about this game here, Tribes of Midgar. Have any of you guys tried it? I know Brian De Silva in the chat played plenty of it.
I haven't tried it, man, but I'll try it with somebody, man. Like, I don't know. It doesn't look like for me, but I'll give it a shot.
I've heard stuff about the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and the Tribes of Midgard. So those are the two I know about.
Yeah, the other one, Neo, The World Ends With You.
Yeah, I like Neo, The World Ends With You. I played that, or I played the demo. I like that. And I like the Ace Attorney series. But I gotta try that.
Ray's mama is my Final Fantasy. Paul.
Oh man.
Paul.
That's good, man. So, anything else you guys wanted to cover, or we're pretty much good for calling it a wrap?
Call it a wrap.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Vet, where can we find you?
You guys can find me Vet Cloud Gaming on YouTube and Twitch, and at some point I'll be back on Facebook Gaming. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm gonna end up doing a Geforce Now podcast thing just to kind of show off the games that release in the morning, and then I will possibly I have something scheduled GFN wise tomorrow afternoon, but I'm probably going to change that tonight and switch it to a first look at Grime on Stadia and be doing a giveaway for a free copy of Grime as well. So just tune in for that. Otherwise, besides that, I will be MIA Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday because I'll be out of town. And then next week I'll be back to the same old routine. Tuesdays on Rocks Review, Wednesdays Cloud Station, and my normal content.
And if you have, because I don't think I got your Facebook link down there, if you want to put it in the chat, because I'll put mine. If y'all want to put a follow and like, would really appreciate it.
Sure,
I'll do that. Get my 100 followers.
I'll do that right now.
And Vet, if you want to put yours as well, so that people can find your Facebook, and I'll add it on for the future episodes, so in the description, so people can find it.
I am now following you, DrSpaceman.
Thank you very much. Very appreciated.
I think I'm already. Yeah, I'll follow you. Let me click that link.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Wait, what is this? You can find Vet crashing every car in any video game ever on his channel.
Oh Lord!
Wasn't that joke about
Pretty
Ray
much.
before?
Dude, I passed it on the Vet. I gave the Vet. I passed it on the Vet.
The curse is going around.
I passed.
I have literally found ways of crashing everything, not just video cars. I've crashed games, everything. I can find a way to break a game. I broke Steam somehow. I literally crashed that system because I logged into the Orcs Must Die. I was in it, and I had a phone call.
I've never seen anybody wedge a horse like Vet has wedged a horse.
Oh man!
Oh yeah,
I did.
I seen that.
I have no idea.
I've never seen nobody.
It was on TikTok and on my TikTok for Vet Cloud Gaming and on Twitter.
Stories.
Yeah, the YouTube, all of it. Because that was I have not been able to recreate that moment, and I don't think I ever will because I was riding.
That broke a horse.
I hit a rock. My horse flipped and then got stuck in between the rocks. And I walked off thinking the horse was coming. I whistled for it and then realized when I turned around that it was stuck.
Yeah, VCG stands for Vet Crash Gaming.
I'm just saying, if there's a developer out there that needs somebody to test a way to break your game, right here, I will find a way to do it.
Awesome. What about you, JD? Where can we find you?
Look, whenever I pop up, from now until September, you can catch me JD3MXP. You might catch me here on the podcast. You might catch me on Waypoint Gaming Podcast, and you might catch me doing Stadia Basketball Network. But yeah, doing some studies. So my schedule is not solid right now. So
we'll see you on the Xbox podcast.
Excuse me. Yeah. Might catch me. Hey man, catch me on the Xbox podcast talking PlayStation, you know. I'll do it. But yeah, that's where you can find me at.
Playhouse.
I'm also on Facebook too, man. JD3MXP. Streaming there. Should be posted up on there. Anyway. But yeah. Yeah.
I just put a Vet's link as well in the chat there for Facebook, since it's in the description.
Yep.
So awesome. What about you, Ray? Where can we find you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be playing these betas these next 2 days. Okay, just keeping it real. So you guys probably won't. I don't know. I'll jump in some chats, but I'm gonna be playing these beta games. But next up, Retro Rewind with Stadia Pro Gaming, William and Jeff. We're gonna have Anthony, and your mama knows, the all-purpose champ. I'm not gonna call him.
Praying for you.
Not gonna call him the king of content, whatever. But anyway, I'm glad he's coming on the show. And
content I heard is Ryzak.
And then guys, look out! Me and Colum are coming back. We're bringing back the XB and the Cyborg podcast sometime in the near future.
Ooh,
Yo,
yeah.
yup. Booyah.
That's awesome. Keep us posted on this.
Yes, no Playhouse.
So,
What
Pee Wee Show.
what are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
Well, you know what's going to happen, right? The minute you're going to get all of that stuff set up, you're going to hop in there, and it's going to be the Playhouse 2.0.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh yeah.
I'm Sebastian, aka DrSpaceman. You can find me here every Wednesday. Other than this, well, apparently I'm streaming on Facebook now, so I also have a Twitch account. But depending on how Facebook goes, I would love to find one streaming platform that really works for me and just stick to it for my live stream. So if it works well, you can find me there. Or else I still have my Twitch account that might pop back in. We'll see. And I usually stream every Sunday nights. I skipped the last one for very obvious personal reason. My mom was visiting. I haven't seen her in over a year and a half, so it was a lot of fun seeing her. But yeah, normally every Sunday evening I stream, and once in a while I pop in. So be sure to hit the follow button so you can get notifications of when I go live. So I think that's pretty much it, everyone. Nothing else to add. Can all say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys. Take care. Be safe
Later,
out
y'all.
there.
And thank you very much, everyone in the chat, for showing up
Yes,
tonight.
thank you.
Really nice
Thank
seeing
you,
you.
chat.
Yo.
So thank you for joining Cloud Station TV. Have a good night.
Yo.